Before we begin the Before You Summon video, I wanted to make important note that Choose a 6-star now is officially getting limited characters, because if you look at the actual notice list, it doesn't say anything about the limited characters not being there. And if you go to the list of characters that are in there, 1000-Year Blood War Round 1 have been added to the pool of characters that you can pick. You can get Shunsui, Toshiro, Byakuya, and Sajin. And sadly, that only ends there, but this is actually really good because moving forward, they are going to be adding older, limited characters to the pool of the Choose a 6-star whenever we get the anniversary, whenever we get New Year's. So, in my opinion, this is definitely really nice. If you guys want to go for them for collection purposes, you guys can. The characters aren't anything too special nowadays. However, some of them can be really damn good links to use and can be really fun characters to use even to this day. Just don't use them in Inheritance Trials unless you somehow get the characters by 5. But now, with that being said and done, let us go ahead and begin the real video.
お前の道はここで終わりだ。見せてやろう。その先の力というもの。ブリーチ、ブレイブソウルズ。
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your bud the Death Smasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today we are going to be breaking down the banner, and before you go ahead and summon on it, because this banner, in my opinion, all 3 of these characters are amazing. They're must-haves for your account for sure in terms of the overall value they provide. However, for when it comes to summoning on this main banner, there's just not a lot of value because most of the characters are older Cancer Onward characters, which some of them are unusable and some of them are okay. And then we only have 2 returning Spirits Are Forever With You characters, being Yoruichi and Soifun, which are still really good to this day, and even getting copies of them will definitely make your account really damn strong. But sadly, this banner doesn't have a lot of value, and I wanted to go ahead and highlight a lot of stuff before diving into this banner. The first thing to note, poll selection will still be up. If you guys are looking to get really damn good characters that can get a lot of value for your account, this is the banner to go for, even though it is filled with nothing but premiums and seasonals. But these premiums and seasonals are actually one of the best characters that we have in the game, and will just pretty much bring you a lot of value because we have the 7th anniversary characters, which are still one of the best units in the game. We have 3 Super Pod characters, which are actually very damn valuable, and a good amount of GQ characters that you can use, boosters, etc. This banner just has way more value than the likes of Spirits Are Forever With You, sadly. So if you guys are looking for a banner to summon on this first, do 5 steps, and get it over and done with. But if you don't care about any of these characters, you guys can go for Spirits Are Forever With You. And one more thing to make note of is the fact that Spirits Are Forever With You Round 7, which features Cien and Roka, are actually going to be returning on January 6th, with some of the characters being okay-ish. Well, not really okay-ish. Kisuke and Shinji are still really damn good. Uryu and Don Kanonji really bad, sadly. And then we have these 3 Cancer Onward characters. Mayuri's okay, but nothing too crazy. Ginjo's still a great NAD character, and then Tsukishima, still a valuable character that you can use for PvP should you guys not get the likes of Sajin. But honestly speaking, I'd only summon if you guys plan to simp for the likes of Roka, Cien, or even Kisuke for that matter. Shinji's still pretty decent, but like, we just have better characters nowadays. But honestly, if you guys want to summon on it, you guys can, but there's just not that much value. And the last thing that I want to predict before we even, talk about the banner is we still have yet to get the Brave Fest banner for Ichigo. Now, I predicted that it would come out around December time, but I guess I was wrong, and because of the fact that we had double 1000-Year Blowwork banners returning, they just didn't want to release the banner and just release poll selection. So odds are likely that we will get a poll selection centered around 7th anniversary Ichigo. So if you guys want the best chance to pull him and only him and get multiple copies of him, you guys can. Step 20 is going to guarantee him. We just had Uryu's Brave Fest banner in the month of November, so I don't doubt it coming this time around. And if it's not January, then it's probably going to be February, but honestly, I don't see why they're holding out on that banner for so goddamn long. It makes no sense, especially since we're getting into the New Year's campaign. But now, that's all I needed to say. Now let's just go and dive on in with the banner. But before we dive on in with breaking down all of the characters, let's just talk about the individual banners real quick. The individual banners are pretty much, you know, going to be the same standard 5% gachas, where it's going to be 4 characters, 4% for a featured and 1% for an unfeatured. And in terms of the value, sadly Sajin has pretty much the worst amount of value because of the fact that we have Fierce Battle Shuhei, which you can use for guild quests, but honestly he is a terrible support. He's only going to be orbs and nothing else. Even for PvE content, he is really whack. He is by far the worst unit that we got this year of 2022. Iba is pretty much a Crystal Link farmer. You can make use out of him. He's not that bad of a character. And then this Chad, 25% normal attack damage link. He's just a flurry character that can boost and doesn't have guard break. He can be an excellent unit to use for melee Soul Reaper GQ, but that's just really about it. Kaname's individual banner is actually not too bad because you have yourself Fierce Battle Yin, which is a really strong NAD character, great for Captain GQ if you do not have the likes of the Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra, and then we also have a Link's Potion character being Rimjo, which by the way, he can help out with boosting up the 3rd anniversary remake of Ulquiorra, giving him more strong attack damage. And then you have Sajin as a pretty decent holo killer that can pretty much, you know, take care of mobs. He's a NAD character, sadly, nothing too crazy. But if you guys can't get sub 1, then you guys can use this character, even though, just get Yama. That's all I gotta say. Just get Yama and some SP supports, and you should be fine. And then Toshiro's banner is not the best, but it's alright. It does have Arena Halibel. For PvE, she's okay, not the strongest, but in Arena, she's toxic as hell. Kaname, just a droplet character. He only is a NAD character with guard break and 20% bruiser. And this Ichigo is just okay. He does have Frenzy +2 with, like, Sharpshooter. However, he has the same kit as Noelle, and he only has Disabler against Hollows. That's all the individual banners broken down, so if you guys aren't looking to not summon on the main banner, you guys can choose to summon for the individual banners. They each have 10 steps, and steps 5 to 10 guarantee a 5-star character. Sadly, that's not the case for the main banner because this is gonna be the same 7-step format, just like Pole Selection, just like every other anniversary banner, and just like every other end of the year banner, which is very unfortunate. It's 12 characters, 8% chance to get a 6-star, 6% for featured, and 2% for an unfeatured, which normally is a good rate, believe it or not. It's better than the normal banners, but it's a 7-step banner. So once you hit step 7, you're gonna be draining a lot of your orbs. There are no discounts, no guarantees. The only guaranteed step is gonna be step 6, where you get 1 character, and then that's it. You could get very lucky summoning on step 7 to get the actual characters, but you can also be very unlucky and not get anything once you continue summoning on step 7. And being a step-up rate, the rates unlock as you summon through the banner, so it's a terrible format. Honestly, this needed to be changed, but Caleb just refuses to do that, and I don't understand why. It's about time this gets changed. Like, every end of the month banner, despite the rates being nerfed with the 4.5 into 1.5, they're better than the end of year banner because of the fact that you get multiple guarantees. So it's just pretty damn stupid. It really is. And we even have a step-up rate for the singles, so if you guys want to choose to do singles, you can do that if you're done with doing the multis. And I think I pretty much said everything that needed to be stated here, but now it's time to go ahead and break down all of the characters, just so that way I can give you guys some insight of what you can expect for when you get these particular characters. So, starting off with the Beyond the Bankai version of Toshiro, this character is easily by far one of the best tech characters in the game, and in my opinion, takes the spot of being #1 tech character in the game because of the amount of stuff that this guy has. He's got Frenzy +1 with Havoc at 20%, Marauder, meaning that he's going to be able to penetrate through melee resistances, and also has Guard Break. He's got Shared Complete Status Immunity, just like the 1000-Year Blood War version of Yamamoto and Part 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo. Status Element Spiritual Pressure boost of 80%, Berserker 40%, even has the gauge mechanic just like Uryu, with the only addition that on top of getting strong attack recharge of 30% upon activating it, he can also heal himself up, which is really damn good. And he also has Bombardment +1, and that does not end at all here. That does not end at all. On his innate abilities, he also has full stamina damage boost of 20% with 40% strong attack damage when at full stam. Freaking crazy, and also has Sprinter plus 2. Just, he doesn't have long stride. Now, my only gripe with this character right here is, for starters, if you want him to be faster, you need to apply long stride on the bonus abilities. There's no other way to go about it. But even then, he's fine as is, in my opinion, with how you can clear content. But the main gripe is the fact that he is lacking double status elements and a means of being able to get a guaranteed status element proc. By that, I mean he's just lacking the increased status element check. So like, let's say we do get an IT in which enemies are immune to freeze. You're just sadly not going to be able to get the 80% SP buff, and you're not going to be able to kill the mobs with ease. So you're pretty much better off using the 1000-year blower version of Uryu in that regard. So it is sad to say the least, but this is still by far one of the most broken characters. And one more thing that I want to mention, sadly his soul bomb is not going to be anywhere near as good as the likes of 7th anniversary Ichigo, 1000-year blower Yamamoto, or even the 3rd anniversary Okiura, just because of the simple fact that he does not have weakening. Even if he has the 80% SP buff with bombardment, it's not really going to affect too much of how his soul bomb is. His soul bomb is going to be more so along the lines of Azashiro, meaning that he's not going to have the best way to get sub 1, unfortunately. So this character, you want to mainly use him as a side if you're trying to attempt to get sub 1. Seeing as he is a Soul Reaper killer with a Squad Zero killer as well, you pretty much want to use him for that and not as a main runner. Like for that, you want to use 7th anniversary Ichigo and Yamamoto, since they pretty much share the same killers. Well, not really, but you guys get the point. And the kit, fun enough, he has the same kit as 7th anniversary Uryu. A beam on the first, he lunge on the second strong attack, 870 into 1080, so he's got a full screen lunge, and then the third strong attack is full screen. Yeah, easily best tech character that we have in the game. He's basically 7th anniversary Uryu with the 80% SP buff, which is nice. Just that he doesn't have the increased status element chance, but overall, really, really damn good. Roka is mid, don't at me. That's all I gotta say. Now, up next is gonna be Kaname. Now, sadly, they made him into the ultimate farmer for heart. However, I just have way too many gripes with this character that I need to point out. For starters, he's only got Drain on his entire kit, and not another status element. This is bad because we have several inheritance trials where enemies are immune to Drain, and even right now, this month, as we are speaking, Kaname is going to be completely useless because he cannot proc the status element. So for inheritance trials, you're better off using the likes of Nini and Cien because of that. And secondly, this character plays exactly like Aizen, with the only difference that his SA1 is pretty much one of the worst strong attacks that we have in the game, being the 18% shave. But other than that, the skill set is pretty good. He does have Frenzy plus 2, Guard Break with hidden enemies. He's got the triple skill of having the Droplet Drop, the Potion skill, and the Super Link Slot Potion skill. So pretty much the ultimate farmer to use for the likes of Epic Raids and in Inheritance Trials. The only difference is that in Inheritance Trials, he's gonna suck compared to Nini and Cien unless enemies are not immune to Drain, sadly. He's got the Heart attribute, character strong attack damage of 20%, so the multipliers are pretty much similar to Aizen, devastation of 40%, and also has the new skill called Heart attribute character movement speed of 30%. I'm sorry lads, but this skill, besides autoing, it's a useless skill because basically they just slapped onto him a speed stick as an actual skill rather than an accessory. So he pretty much has the inbuilt Ryokujitsujin, whatever the frickin' hell it's called. I think I even said it wrong, bro. Let's just call it the speed stick, the sonic stick, whatever the frick. In my opinion, this skill could have been anything. Since they made this character the ultimate farmer for heart, he could have very well gotten the likes of Pierce Iron Skin, increased status element chance, but this guy unfortunately does not have it, which is very, 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 very disappointing. So for content in which you do not have killer, you want to at least get him 2 out of 5, and you don't want the enemy mobs to have Drain resistance. Because, sadly speaking, if we're talking about all the other ultimate farmers that we have in the game, like 1000-year blower Uryu and the Mind Okiura, at 1 of 5, they're just gonna clear. They don't need dupes, they're just going to be able to solo it like as is and be able to get the job done. Sadly, this Kaname doesn't. The only thing I'm going to really give him respect is that in Epic Raids, he's going to be a god. However, for Inheritance Trials, It's not the same thing, sadly. It really isn't. But anyways, I'm kind of done rambling on and on about the character. The skills are pretty nice, but this is just completely wasted. And the innate abilities, he does have freeze immunity, havoc at 20%, and sprinter +1. So not bad in terms of innate abilities. I have no complaints about him. The kit, basically the same as Aizen, only difference is that he has the BS 18% shave SA1, so same SA1 as the likes of Spirits Are Forever With You Kisuke, Christmas Noel, this Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra, Roka, etc, etc, etc. It sucks, it's bad, and then the SA2 is going to be the 960 into Homing Vortex. Basically the same SA2 as 6th Anniversary Aizen, Yamamoto, 7th Anniversary Ichigo, Godly Strong Attack, best strong attack in the game, and then the 3rd strong attack is Full Screen. Just a decent character, but he needed a bit more respect, and good god, he needed a holo killer, not no affiliation killer. We have a lot of good no affiliation killers for Heart already, to the point that Nini is just, gonna be better than Kaname, even in this IT, sadly. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this character. Up next is gonna be Sajin. Now, this character is basically gonna be one of the best Brave Battle characters that we have in the game, because he is putting an end to Yuhabaha and also killing off Chad, because this guy has Flurry +3 in PvP. I'm not kidding, he has Flurry +2, as you guys can see right here, and for the first 10 seconds, an additional Flurry +1. So Flurry +3, he's going to be killing for the first 10 seconds. Goodness gracious, I don't think even the most defensive PvP character will be able to even survive that. And he can also prevent last-ditch survival. He has the decreased damage taken of 50%, and also has Bruiser +2, and he also has Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility, and boys, and if you guys want to use him for PvE, he has Guard Break. So other than that, really fantastic character for PvP, and you can use him for PvE, and as you guys can see, Drain immunity and paralysis immunity. Bye-bye Yuhabaha. That's all I gotta say. Bye-bye Yuhabaha. He's not gonna be doing much in PvP, sadly, because this Sajin is just gonna kill him. Literally, he's just gonna kill him. He's avenging Yamamoto. And the kit, if you guys want to use him for PvE, he's fantastic. He's got the same SA1 as Yuhabaha, the same SA2 as Yuhabaha, and then the same SA3 as Yuhabaha. Otherwise, an AoE in front, the Walking Vortex on the second, and considering it's got status elements, it's got a really decent chance of being able to screw over the opponent, since this guy has paralysis and laceration. So if you get paralyzed, it's bye-bye. The only characters that cannot get paralyzed in PvP that are even remotely relevant is gonna be Spirits Are Forever With You Kenpachi. So he's definitely gonna be making a comeback with the Captain Killer skill of his and killing Sajin for sure. But that being said, this is a balanced character because you can use the likes of Kuryoshiki and Kenya against him and be able to kill him for sure. Like, at the end of the day, he's not invincible like Jugram, Tsukishima, etc, etc, etc. So, yeah. Other than that, fantastic PvP character, and for PvE, if you want to use him in the No Affiliation Guild Quest and Human Killer GQ, you guys can, even though you're better off running SP side unit. Now, with the exception of Soifun and Yoruichi, I'm not going to be breaking down the rest of the actual fillers because of how much they've pretty much dropped in terms of value, in terms of strength and whatnot. So I'm just gonna, give you guys a brief breakdown of what they can do, and that's it. But before that, let's just go ahead and get right into Soifun because she's worth talking about. Now, this character is mainly designed for GQ. She's going to be a no affiliation killer, and you can actually make use out of her, and in PvE she's still going to be really damn good because she has Flurry +1, she's got Poise, also has strong attack reach time of -12% on the skills, so you can get the boost a bit faster, a bruiser of 40%, power attribute captain normal attack damage of 20%, debilitator +5, enhancer, and yeah, that's just a lot of stuff. Even has 20% bruiser. Keep in mind, this character has the same exact skills as Jushiro. The only difference is that she's got paralysis and poison and no means of being able to heal herself back up. But other than that, she's a really strong character, regardless, in my honest opinion, being a melee character. She is also immune to fire, she has guard break, and sprinter +1. Fantastic character, and on her kit, if you guys are really interested, she's got a beam on the SA1, 800 AoE in front, she can boost on the SA2, and then the third strong attack, a vacuum into explosion, so good for proccing status elements. So Not a bad nav character. I think she's still really good even to this day. However, for GQ, you're only gonna use her if you don't have SP side units to the point that you can get like a higher score or get sub 1. So I'll say that much, but I think she's still a great character to this day. Now, Yoruichi, this character is by far top 5 best heart units in the game, and she's worth talking about because of the amount of stuff that she has. She has Frenzy +1, Havoc at 20%, 80% SP buff with 40% Berserker and full stam of 20%, has a Debilitator and Devastation, also has Ailment Reversal, so when getting hit by an enemy that inflicts a status ailment, you'll be able to get your health back just fine. And on top of that, taking a look at her innate abilities, she also has Marauder, Sprint +1, and 20% stamina recovery to her entire team. So she has a means of being able to get back her stamina, and this character is still by far one of the harder hitting characters for Heart, and I want to say second or first to the 1000-Year Blow or Heart Ichigo. In my opinion, I still think that Ichigo's gonna be better than this Yoruichi because of the fact that he has freaking Frenzy +2 with 100% damage to non-affected enemies, but the Soul Bomb, obviously, Yoruichi just has it better because of the 80% SP buff, and she has Weakening. Yeah, in this case, believe it or not, Yoruichi can actually do sub 1 if you have her 5/5 and use her in melee and ranged or Ronk or GQ, because she's got Weakening, and with the 80% SP buff, you can do it. I've seen people do it, and it's pretty much doable if you guys get her 5/5, so definitely worth the value. And the strong attacks are actually pretty good because she has the 750 AoE in front, which is actually nice. It's got a bit of crowd control. It's the same SA1 as the 1000-Year Blower Uryu. SA2 is going to be a lunge, 870 around her, which is really insane. It's unfortunately not as good as Toshiro or Uryu, but it's still fantastic. And she's got a third strong attack that is full screen. So again, top 5 best heart units in the game easily. I want to say number 3, to be honest, among the best heart characters that we have in the game. She's just that damn good as a unit to run her, and for when it comes to carrying the Ninis, the Ciens, and even Kanames. So yeah, easily, really, really damn good. If you don't have any of the other top dogs for heart, this is definitely a great character to pick up. Now, I can't say the exact same thing for all of these Canthronal characters right here, so let's just go ahead and break them down. Charlotte, this guy was basically a failed GQ unit. Like, he can debuff, and that's it. He does have weakened defense, so if you guys get him 5/5, you can potentially sub 1, because all you need to do is get 500 SP, apply double weakened defense, and you guys can do it. Swimsuit Retsu was able to sub 1, Spirits Are Favorable with You Retsu was able to sub 1 as well. You guys can do it with this character for sure, but this character he's dog water in every way, shape, or form. The debuff just doesn't work. He's got the same kit as the True Bankai Ichigo, so not even great. 20% Berserker. I'm not even gonna talk about this character, I'm sorry, because outside of GQ, he's really bad, despite being a holo killer. Siruchi, she's basically just gonna be an IT character, and that's it, and that's only when Soul Reaper mobs are a thing, and she's only got 20% Berserker, Frenzy, no Guard Break, no Havoc, just a shave on the SA1, 800 AoE in front, Suction Vortex similar to that of Spirits Are Forever With You Soy Fun, so yeah, just a mid character, sadly. Dordoni, okay, this guy is pretty much worth talking about because he's just gonna be a melee killing machine for Captain GQ if you guys cannot get a much higher score, which in my opinion, he's worth talking about because of the fact that he has Flurry +1, a very high bruiser of 50% on top of the power attribute Aronka normal attack damage of 20%, even has long reach, sadly no status ailments, but he is at the very least immune to paralysis, so you don't even need to give him paralysis resistance. Like, just run this character alongside Yuha and have your main unit be obviously Daddy Ichigo, 1000-Year Blower, Uryu, or you know, Aizen as well, and you guys can get sub 10 for sure, but yeah, just okay. His SA1 has a beam, the second SA is gonna be the Walking Vortex, and then the third Tron attack is full screen. Just a GQ character, he doesn't have Guard Break, he doesn't have much, just a GQ character, that's all. He's not as fantastic as, per se, Spirits Are Forever With You Soy Fun and Sajin. Next up is going to be Shuhei. Now, this character is not that good as he once used to be. He definitely was one of the best heart characters for his time, but he only has 20% Berserker, Havoc at 20%. He can nullify melee resistance, but he doesn't have Guard Break. His Soul Bomb can debuff, and in terms of overall melee or Ronker killers, we just have way better characters now. We really do. Like, Uryu, he's just way more broken, And he also can debuff on the Soul Bomb, just like Shuhei, so... Yeah, and again, we have Spirit Star Fervor with you, Yoruichi, who at 1 of 5 just does what a 5 of 5 Shuhei can do. So, that's sad to say. He's got a lunge on the SA1, 750 Vortex, SA2, and then the third is full screen. He's not that good anymore. Like, okay, sure, in epic grades, you can make a use out of him, for sure, with the fact that he has the debuff, but sadly on his strong attacks, he's not strong. He really isn't. Just use the likes of per se, 1000-Year Blower, Anime Ichigo, Spirits Are Forever with you, Yoruichi, or even 6th Anniversary Aizen. Those are just going to be the way better characters to run over this Shuhei, sadly. Hikone, he is just an IT character like Shiruchi, but slightly better because he at least has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker of 20%, increased status element chance against technique attribute Soul Reaper, so you can make a use of him, but only when Soul Reaper enemies are a thing, and that's just basically about it. But his kit is good. He's got a 3k length beam, suction vortex into pushback, and then the SA3 is going to be the 1170 in front. He's a really good character. That's all I gotta say. Just a really good character. However, we just have better power characters, sadly. Loopy, this character sucks. I'm not even gonna break him down. He's got the BS 18% shave, suction vortex, full strain. This character sucks. Have to be honest, he's not that good. He really isn't. Grimjow, just a decent NAD character, but only has 40% bruiser, no status elements, but he does have guard break with hidden enemies, so you can actually use this character for autoing content, but we just have so much better NAD characters that you're just better off using those better characters. Even 6th Anniversary Aizen will be able to auto better than this Grimjow. He doesn't have any status element resistances either. No innate abilities because they were introduced after 1000-Year Blower Tech Yama. So lunge on SA1, lunge on SA2, suction vortex, but it's pretty much useless because this guy doesn't have status on it. So yeah, that's everything broken down. Are you guys gonna summon on this banner? I for sure will. Gonna be doing 5 steps, at least to try to get one banner character, but other than that, I'm pretty much more interested in getting Toshiro, and that's just about it. But we'll see what we can get. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If this video answered your question as to whether you guys should summon it or not, let me know in the comment section below. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. Let's get to 8k subs. This has been your boy the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Take care, lads. Peace out.